Happy New Year once again, everybody, and Tony here with a review of Lyra's Merry Widow with conductor Ward Stair and the English translation done by Jeremy Sams, which was live from the Metropolitan Opera House. I was really looking forward to this radio transmission because of the star-studded cast consisting of Susan Graham, Paul Groves, Andriana Chuchman, and Taylor Stayton. Let's talk about them right now, starting off with Susan Graham as Hanna Glawari. Now, I definitely enjoy Madame Graham. I loved her portrayals of Sesto from La Clemenza di Tito, among many other roles she specialized in. She's been very well known not only for the pants roles of Sesto, Octavian, Hänsel, Stefano, and even the composer from Ariadne of Naxos, but also the lyric mezzo roles of Meg Page from Falstaff, Charlotte from Werther, and these days what she's been specializing in the slightly more dramatic roles of Didon from Le Troyon, and even Countess Geschwitz from Lulu. And she's been very well known not only for being a flawless singer, but an equally amazing actress. On top of that, much like her colleague Renee Fleming, she has been very well known for her glamour, which she managed to play up so effectively. And I thought that her portrayal of Hanna Glawari was wonderful all throughout. She had charisma, she had charm, she had beauty, and she had a lot of other amazing things which made Madame Graham stand out in this iconic heroine. She was able to have a great sense of style, and of course, her voice managed to be still in its prime all the way through. There was not one moment where I felt like she was faltering. She was a strong performer from beginning to end and an equally amazing actress. So I continue to admire Madame Susan Graham for everything she does as a singing actress, and I have to give her a lot of kudos for embodying this iconic operetta heroine. Paul Groves was stunning as Count Danilo Danilovich with his tall and handsome tenor voice and that great sense of style. I also followed his career for quite some time. Throughout the 90s, he's been very well known in a lot of lyric tenor roles like Tamino, Belmonte, Don Ottavio, and many other great roles for a lyric tenor, and even the bel canto roles, which include Arturo from I Puritani, just to name a few. These days, he seems to specialize in the more spinto tenor roles like Florestan and Lohengrin. Even more so, he made his Met debut as the helmsman from Wagner's Der Fliegende Holländer, known in English as The Flying Dutchman. He possesses a huge length and width of roles, and I was deeply impressed with his vocal portrayal as Danilo. He was able to be elegant, stylish, and absolutely charming in this role that my heart practically bled. And of course, when you have two wonderful veterans like Susan Graham and Paul Groves singing these lovers, then you definitely have a lot of great vocal magic to be expected from these two veteran artists. They were able to make their chemistry work not only effectively, but with great artistry, and of course, it was able to be a magical experience from both of these veteran singers. So I also have to give a lot of major kudos and loads of bravos to Mr. Paul Groves for embodying this equally wonderful hero, and of course, for collaborating so exceptionally with the great Susan Graham. Andriana Tuschman was a thrill as Valencienne, with her sparky, elegant, and silvery lyric color to her soprano voice, which had a beautifully extensive high register. She was able to make a great impression in this soubrette-ish, ingenue, and absolutely wonderful character. Andriana Chuchman has been a lyric coloratura soprano I've heard a lot but I've never even heard until now. She's especially well known in a lot of these ingenue roles, like Adina, Norina, Valencienne, Marie from La Fille de Régiment, and a lot of other great roles for either a soubrette or lyric coloratura soprano. And she has been very well known internationally for all of these roles. And with her interpretation of Valencienne, I can definitely attest to that. She had such great artistry embodying this ingenue of a character, and she was able to be a charismatic performer, which made her an absolute standout. And it's all thanks to that bright and focused tone found in her lyric coloratura soprano voice, and of course, her absolutely great flair for comedy. She certainly knew how to steal the show, and she did it effectively. So when all is said and done, Andriana Tuschman was the absolute standout when it comes to these core players, all thanks to her charisma, charm, and her overall great skills and talents as a lyric coloratura soprano who specializes in these delicious ingenue roles. By her side, we have the equally fabulous and equally stunning lyric tenor, Taylor Stayton. He was able to sing Camille's lines with a pristine technique, which he has been very well known for. He was able to be handsome and dashing and so lovely in this role that I was practically on the edge of my seat. He had me eating out of the palm of his hands, all thanks to his amazing musicianship, and it's also thanks to the charisma, the hard work, the diligence, and the dedication he has as a fine singing actor. Sir Thomas Allen was an equally fine and absolutely rich sounding and wonderful Baron Mirko Zetta. There's no doubt that I have been following Sir Thomas Allen's career for quite some time. Ever since I first heard about him when I was a 10-year-old boy, I was quite interested in his career. In the 70s all the way up to the 80s, he specialized in the lyric baritone repertoire with roles like Don Giovanni, Pelléas, Belcore, Papageno, and many other roles suited for a lyric baritone. That was until the 90s that he started to sing the more character baritone parts like Don Alfonso from Così fan tutte, Sixtus Beckmesser from Die Meistersinger von Nürnberg, and from Papageno, he sang the Speaker of the Temple in the 2003 production of Mozart's Die Zauberflöte at the Royal Opera House. And I definitely commend him in that particular role too. And in terms of his performance as Baron Mirko Zetta, he was equally commendable. I definitely love the charisma and the overall skill he's been having as a singing actor. And his voice still managed to be in its prime. It didn't sound like it was wobbling in my ears, because usually when you have singers in their 70s or in their 80s, there tends to be a little bit of that wobbling sound in their voice because of their age. But not with Sir Thomas Allen. He was completely wobble-free, and it was a vocal miracle, and he was able to be an equally fine and exceptional singing actor. He was able to inject this role with not only the pristine technique that he was very well known for, but also his great talents as an actor. Jeff Matsey was absolutely fine as Viscount Cascade with his absolutely gorgeous lyric baritone voice. He was able to be a virile and masculine figure. He was able to sing all of his lines so well, and he was an equally dashing actor. We also had such wonderful performances done by Clarissa Lyons, Cassandra Zoe Velasco, Margaret Lattimore, Victor Ryan Robertson, Daniel Mobbs, Gary Simpson, Mark Showalter, Elizabeth Brooks, Carson Elrod, Jason Simon, and even the Grisettes, who were done by Cynthia Link, Allison Mixon, Amanda Klutz, Leah Hoffman, Anne Horak, and Catherine Hamilton. So overall, the singing and even the acting was exceptional. Not only did these singers sing their roles beautifully and with such great technique that they have been always well known for, but they were equally amazing actors. They were able to handle the text so superbly, and I also have to give lots of kudos to Mr. Jeremy Sams for the rollickingly fun English translation. And the conducting done by Ward Stair was absolutely amazing. He paid close attention to the text, he was able to liven up the orchestra, and he made sure that the singers followed his every lead. And of course, the chorus and orchestra of the Metropolitan Opera House were absolutely phenomenal. So overall, this was definitely yet another great way to ring in the new year, with great singing done by Susan Graham, Paul Groves, Andriana Chuchman, Taylor Stayton, Sir Thomas Allen, and Jeff Matsey, along with all of the great ensemble cast members. This was definitely an absolute blast I had with all of these great singing actors. And for those of you who listened to the radio transmission of Leah's Merry Widow live from the Met, what did you think of it? Was there a particular singer you really loved, whether it be Susan Graham, Paul Groves, Andriana Tuschman, Taylor Stayton, Jeff Matsey, or Sir Thomas Allen? Was there another player who kind of stole their thunder? Or did you feel like there was someone or something that just didn't really hold up? Comment below and let me know. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to tune in much later for my review of Joyce DiDonato's New Year's concert live in Berlin. So until then, Happy New Year, everybody, and let's hope that 2018 will be an awesome year for us. Take care, everybody.